Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday bestowed an honorary title on a brigade widely thought to be responsible for war crimes and mass killings in the Ukrainian town of Bucha. The Ukrainian Ministry of Defence Intelligence Directorate (SBU) earlier this month identified the 64th Separate Motorized Rifle Brigade of the 35th All-Russian Army as the primary unit responsible for the horrific scenes now synonymous with Russia's war in Ukraine. But a presidential decree signed today by Putin has recognized all members of the brigade for their mass heroism in defending state interests. For mass heroism, valor, tenacity and courage shown by the personnel of the brigade in combat operations to protect the motherland and state interests, I decree the title guards upon the brigade, Putin's letter read. The honors were bestowed despite Ukrainian intelligence suggesting the brigade has already redeployed to eastern Ukraine to the front lines of the conflict. The SBU suspects Russian leaders sent the brigade to the hottest spots in the hope they would be killed and therefore unable to testify in any future war crime tribunals. In early April, the Ukrainian Defense Ministry said the unit occupied the town of Bucha, which lies just outside the capital Kyiv, and committed heinous crimes against the civilian population before withdrawing to Belarus. The brigade's commander is Lieutenant Colonel Azatbeko Murbekov, who has earned the nickname of the Butcher of Bucha for the civilian massacre carried out by the men under his leadership. After the departure of Russian troops, bodies of civilians, some with their hands tied, were found scattered in the streets, while Ukrainian authorities discovered a series of mass graves containing hundreds of corpses. A majority of people in Bucha died from gunshot wounds, Ukrainian police said last week, declaring that more than 500 bodies have been found so far. The SBU has in recent weeks worked with cyber police and thousands of researchers to obtain the ranks and passports details of members of the brigade, in an attempt to bring them to justice. But there are fears the men who committed the crimes will die on the front lines before they can be arrested and brought to justice. A report published on the Ukrainian MOD's website earlier this month said the brigade is being sent to the hottest spots, likely around Kharkiv, Izium and the Donbas, in the hope that they will be killed before they are forced to testify in a war crime tribunal. Another goal of the rapid return of the 64th Brigade to Ukrainian territory is the quick disposal of unnecessary witnesses, the report read. That is, redeployment to a part of the war front where they will have no chance of surviving, thus making it impossible for them to testify in future courts. The honoring of the Butchers of Bucha came just one day after Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called for U.S. President Joe Biden to visit his country and declared Ukrainian authorities have substantial evidence that Russia's troops are committing genocide in Ukraine. Zelensky was asked by CNN State of the Union host Jake Tapper about whether there are any plans for Biden to come see the situation for himself. I think he will, the Ukrainian president answered. He quickly added, "It's his decision of course, and about the safety situation." But I think as the leader of the United States, and that's why he should come here to see. Late last week Biden confirmed that his administration was discussing a possible Kyiv trip by a senior official and was making that decision now. He told reporters that he wanted to go himself. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki backtracked on the president's comment just hours later during a taping of the Pod Save America podcast. Psaki said it's true Biden was ready to go. But, she added, "We are not sending the president to Ukraine," a policy line that senior administration officials have held consistently through Russia's war. It comes after a slew of NATO leaders descended upon Kyiv in recent weeks, some even seeing the horrors found in the capital's suburbs after Kremlin troops retreat firsthand. Multiple American leaders, including Biden and Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, accused Putin and his soldiers of genocide. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said it doesn't look far short of the heinous crime. "I have the same opinion as President Biden, and I immediately saw what was happening here. Especially what happened in Bucha and in the east of our country," Zelensky said in his Sunday interview. "I speak about this because Russia calls it a military operation, and not a war. But look what happened in Bucha. It's clear that is not even a war, it's a genocide."